Grrr, boom, 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 man. Chill. Man. Well, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy Glitch, man. What's good, Glitch Squad, man? What's good to the Koski? Shout out to them boys again, man. Hellblaze, Shoya Ishida, shout out for them boys. Always be in the comments, always being first to comment, man. Have been gone for a little bit. I daily upload during the weekdays, but the weekends I mostly oh, my bad. This came from practice, but I mostly do my football workouts with some of my teammates. Build chemistry and stuff like that. And I just take the weekends kind of like as a little break to just so I don't get burnt out, so I can continue putting out content for y'all, man. Hey, shout out to y'all, man. Yeah, I told y'all I'm on the grind of 50 subs right now, and it's really looking like we could hit 50 subs by the end of the week, if not earlier. It just depends on you guys sharing the vids, liking up the vids. And almost every one of my vids has 100 views right now, 100 views or more. And I just really want to thank you guys for watching the content, man. Watching the whole video. I see y'all, man. Y'all really enjoying the content, and I really appreciate it, man. And I'm gonna keep trying to make better content and keep, what I'm saying, keep putting out good content for you guys, man. But before we start, don't forget to like, comment, saying, check out the full playlist. It should be in the description. It should be in the comments or in the description down below, whichever one, or the playlist is just on my channel. But last time, this kind of like the part right before the final part, so semi-final. So part 8 will be the final part to what if Naruto was overpowered in Kaguya Son. We left off last time with Naruto and Kaguya leaving to go meet Momoshiki Otsutsuki and to go claim the kingdom that Momoshiki had promised him when he was a child. So they travel for a while. Kaguya leading Naruto. The Nine-Tailed Fox. This is his first time ever going to the Otsutsuki like kingdom type ish, and he's shitting his pants right now, because if all of them are as powerful as Naruto, there's no way of him escaping or rebelling. But he doesn't really want to at the same time. He likes Naruto. He got a little vibe going with Naruto. He respects him more than any other Jinchuriki he's ever been with. You know what I'm saying? Akamaru would tag along, but he's at the Earth right now. Naruto kind of gave Akamaru to his son, and I low key forgot some of the names y'all said, but I know one of the ones I really like was, I think y'all said, call the kid Saruto and have him be a boy. So his son Saruto is kind of the owner of Akamaru now. It's kind of like a thing he's passing down from generation to generation, starting with him, if you catch my drift. But yeah, on Earth everything's going pretty well, but this gonna break some of your hearts. But the girl y'all been wanting me to put Naruto with, they had a pretty good marriage. It's going pretty well right now. But with Naruto on his trip and Fu feeling less and less like in love with Naruto by the day, she decides to be unfaithful to Naruto. She kind of starts liking she kind of starts liking one of the villagers and one of the shinobi, and that shinobi is Sasuke Uchiha. Fu starts liking Sasuke, and Sasuke starts liking Fu, and Saruto doesn't really know, but he can kind of catch the drift, and he talks to his mother about it a few times, but she doesn't really care, and she continues to be unfaithful to my dog, you know what I'm saying? But that'll be handled later in the part, if you catch my drift. But during the journey, Naruto catches up with Kaguya, because they have been together for a while, but Naruto's been very busy being the Hokage of the Earth, basically. The Earth, like, he's the Hokage of the Earth, so he's been very busy, and so he's just now really catching up with his mother, you know what I'm saying? She's telling him about the whole story and how things happen. He's telling him things about his father, because Naruto hasn't really had very much interactions with Momoshiki, just a few that he has he has been given. You know what I'm saying? So they finally make it there. Naruto is escorted by the guards, and Naruto, like being the second prince, second prince. Yes, there's another prince. I would say this. There's another prince. There's him being the second prince, and he's a very good looking one at that. A lot of the Otsutsuki females are kind of very interested in Naruto. They fangirling over Naruto, and they want him to be their husband, or basically. But one of them kind of stands out to Naruto. We're gonna figure out her name later on, but she is kind of like she's kind of one of the high ranking shinobi ish of the Otsutsuki, but it's not really shinobi. It's just a high ranking Otsutsuki member. So basically, Naruto is led to this palace where his brother Kuba. Yeah, he's a weird name, but Kuba Otsutsuki, I think Kuba Otsutsuki is standing next to Momoshiki. Momoshiki runs and gives Naruto a big hug and said, "My son, I've been waiting for you for a very long time. Good job conquering Earth." And Naruto is very proud with this, and he says, "Who's that?" And Kuba introduces himself, and he says, "My name is Kuba Otsutsuki, and I am your half brother." Naruto wondering half brother, but I thought Kaguya was the queen, and this kind of upsets Kaguya a little bit because she knows that Kubo's a few decades older than Naruto, and Kubo was birthed by kind of like the previous queen, but the previous queen died in battle, and Kaguya doesn't like hearing the name of the previous queen very much. So Naruto, seeing how this person angers his mother, is not too keen on him, and it's just like, "Father, I'm ready to take the throne," and Kubo starts laughing hysterically. I would embarrass myself and give a little laugh for y'all, but I think I want to save my face, and I think y'all would want me to save face too. I do not think y'all want that from me, because I don't know if it'll be the best, but yeah. The Kubo starts giving him a maniacal laugh, and Naruto is like, "Father, what's going on?" And the thing is, Naruto has an opportunity to claim the throne, but he is not guaranteed to claim the throne. The true is gonna be, they Momoshiki basically says that they will have to fight over the throne, and Kubo starts bragging about how many planets he's conquered, and that it took Naruto so long just to conquer Earth, and that he conquered planets with way stronger people than Earth, and he's basically just, and Kubo's just basically saying all his achievements, and is kind of just like bashing Naruto a little bit. But Kagyu gets very upset at this, and Momoshiki silences Kubo, and set to be held in a few days. So Naruto's taken to the quarters where he'll be sleeping. It's a very, very beautiful place. And there, while walking down the hallway to go eat with his father and his brother that he really hates, he meets the girl again. Uh, her name is Misuka, yes. Her name is Misuka. She's a very high ranking Otsutsuki, and Naruto finds himself very, very attracted to this Otsutsuki member. Misuka finds herself very attracted to Naruto too, but she's more reserved, so she doesn't want to make it well known. So basically, they start talking a little bit, and they find themselves talking to each other the entire night, and Misuka was ready to, what I'm saying, she was ready to have something happen, but Naruto wanted to say faithful to Fu, which, let's just say, didn't work the same way around. So basically what's going to happen is we're gonna have a little time skip to the battle. The battle is ready. Naruto is trying to impress Misuka, but he knows that eventually he'll have to go back to Fu, and eventually he'll have to go back to Fu, and he's a married man. He can't just, you know what I'm saying, he can't just cheat on her. But he is trying to impress her and show her how great he is. Kubo gets ready with his weapon, which is a spear. His weapon of choice is a spear. And basically Naruto gets ready with his sword, and the battle begins with Naruto using lightning style God's I think it was God's Wrath, lightning style God's Wrath, which does very little damage to Kubo because Kubo has a very high defense and is not very easy to penetrate. Kubo runs in with his spear and stabs Naruto through his upper right shoulder, really scarring Naruto, and Naruto screams out in pain. But he pulls the spear out, and the spear, like, he's trying to throw the spear, but the spear starts shaking in his hands, and the spear instantly goes to Kubo. And Naruto whips out his sword and he slashes Kubo through the chest, revealing his bare chest. Kubo is a very ripped person. He has a six pack. He's very muscular, and this kind of like gets the ladies a little. You know what I'm saying? They get very excited by seeing Kubo's bare chest out, and Kubo kind of blitzes Naruto while he's kind of distracted by the screams, and Kubo releases an onslaught of taijutsu on Naruto, and Naruto can barely withstand this, and he's losing at this point. That's when he whips out his sword and he uses a flurry of kenjutsu and leaves a great amount deals a great amount of damage to Kubo. But Kubo is still he's still winning, and at this point he's still winning. And Kubo kind of uses a jutsu where he opens up a rift, and he at the bottom of Naruto's feet, and Naruto jumps out of it, but not without losing a foot. And one of Naruto's foot was eaten up by the portal, and Naruto is heavily damaged and one-legged at this point, and he is almost unconscious. And Kaguya is begging Momoshiki to stop the fight and just let Kubo win, but Momoshiki's not gonna have that. And Naruto uses one of his most powerful attacks. He uses Wind Style Dimension Splitter, and he cuts off one of Kubo's arms. So it's kind of like almost an even battlefield right now. And then Kubo, this is the only head-ups he has on Naruto, uses his Rene Sharingan ability, and he summons something that I can't even explain. It's basically like a giant. Think of, if you guys know Pokemon, think of the Ultra Beast from Pokemon. It's like Cthulhu, basically. It's a giant tentacle monster, and it starts ravaging Naruto, and it starts dealing heavy damage to Naruto. And Naruto is basically beaten by its heavy tentacles. These tentacles do a great deal of damage, and Naruto is basically beaten by these tentacles to the brink of death. And that's when the fight was stopped, and that's when Momoshiki said that Naruto had lost the fight, and as of right now, the current heir to the kingdom was Kubo. Naruto, in a fit of anger and rage, rushes back to be comforted by his wife. I almost said Kubo, by his wife Fu, and to see his son. And Naruto comes just in time to see the greatness, if you will, the insult to his great name, basically. And he walks, he hides his presence, trying to surprise Fu and make her day, even though he's having a terrible time, and his leg is only half regenerated, and his body's only half regenerated. He's very hurt right now, and vulnerable, if you may. He takes his time to surprise Fu and Saruto. He surprises Saruto and tells Saruto to be very quiet. And Saruto, already knowing what's gonna happen, just puts his head down, and knowing what's going on in the other room. And Naruto barges in and says, "Surprise!" And what he comes to find is a surprise to himself. He finds Sasuke Uchiha, the man that he spared this man's life. He found Sasuke Uchiha balls deep if you may, engaging in the dirty act, if you may, going ham, if you may, you know what I'm saying, going ballistics, if you may, you know what I'm saying. Sasuke is just going crazy on food real quick, going ballistics on food, and mid stroke, if you may. Naruto just barges in, and Sasuke and Fu just look back, knowing that they fucked up. They fucked up good. They fucked up terribly, bro. And basically, what ensues is Naruto destroying the whole entire house. Saruto's okay because he's no Sasuke, and he's been trained very well by Naruto. Fool is basically wiped from this earth. Like there's not a trace of her body left. And Sasuke Uchiha is being tortured by one of actually, you know what would be crazy? Now I'm gonna do this. Sasuke Uchiha is currently being tortured by Itachi Uchiha, and Itachi has no qualms in doing this because after finding out what Sasuke did, after begging Naruto to save his life, Itachi has no more remorse for Sasuke, and basically he doesn't really care anymore. He tortures Sasuke day and night until a month later Sasuke passes out and eventually dies to I don't know, exhaustion, lack of feeding, and he kind of bled out. So yes, that's what happened. That's why I was trying to think of ways to fulfill everybody's like request, because there's people that says, "Oh, I want food to be the ship." I mean, I guess I did that, but then I started seeing an onslaught of comments saying, "Oh, I want Naruto to date an Otsutsuki," and I was like, well, I don't know if I could do both. Well, this is a compromise for you, so you either like it or you don't, and I really hope you guys like it, man. So basically, Naruto, this only motivates Naruto more, and him and Saruto start training. They have a time skip. During this time skip, a revolt happens. Because they seen Naruto's weakened state, but that weakened state was more than enough to keep this entire Earth under control. And he stopped the revolt in its tracks, and everything went back to being peaceful. And we have it's basically a 1 year time skip, and in this 1 year time skip, Naruto unlocks his Rinne Sharingan. And comment down below what you think the Rinne Sharingan abilities, yes, abilities plural, and let me know what you think the abilities should be, and tell me what power-ups you want Naruto to have for the final part, and I'll take that into consideration and try to do my best, you know what I'm saying. But Naruto basically spent some time with his son. Saruto is now about where did we leave him out before Naruto left? Naruto was gone for about a year and a half. So Saruto's about 10 years old. He's going out with this girl in the village. Not gonna say a name because I do not feel like thinking of one. And in this time frame, I think her name was Mizuki. Yeah, Mizuki came to Earth to comfort Naruto because every Otsutsuki female, was kind of over Naruto now that he's lost to Kubo, and they're all fawning over Kubo. But she was still in love with Naruto and came to ask Naruto to reconsider and marry her. And Naruto decides, yeah, I will. Naruto and her basically have their wedding. She basically became, oh yeah, Kaguya stayed with Momoshiki. They was catching up in the sheets, if you catch my drift. But Naruto has a wedding. She's inaugurated as kind of like the Hokage's wife, basically the queen of the earth. And they consummate their union, if you catch my drift. They basically you know what I'm saying, they get to the devil's tangle, the dirty deed, you know what I'm saying. And with this dirty deed being done, Naruto has another kid. boy or girl, up to y'all. The name, up to y'all. It's all up to y'all. What y'all want it to be, boy, girl, name, up to y'all. So y'all got two things to tell me down in the comment section down below. Whether I want to know what Naruto's Rinnegan Sharingan ability should be, and basically he's gonna have a little bit of a while with Mizuki, and Saruto really likes Mizuki. Mizuki teaches Saruto a lot of things, and at this point Naruto is going around having Saruto kind of claim what's his. Basically he has Saruto kind of like designate himself as kind of the ruler of Earth, because Naruto's not planning on staying on Earth for very much longer, maybe a year or two to help Saruto, and that's about it. And then he's planning to go and he's planning to go fight Kubo again, and trying to take the throne, because that's his final goal. That's where this series will finish off, with Naruto taking the throne. But until then Naruto is going around with Saruto. First Naruto goes to the old Hidden Leaf village and has Saruto conquer that. And basically what Naruto does is says, you have a chance to be free from my control. Basically he says, you have a chance to be free from my control. All you have to do is beat my son. Your whole village has to beat my son, and you will be able to be considered your own village again. And obviously, Saruto decimates the entire village. Half Otsutsuki or not, when you get trained by Naruto Otsutsuki, there's bound to be some pressure. You know what I'm saying? Some great results. So basically, Saruto learned most of Naruto's moves, but to a weaker extent. Basically, Saruto's able to use a weaker version of God's. I think it was God's thunder, or God's something. But that lightning jutsu, God's wrath, I think it was. He's basically able to use a weaker version of that, and he kind of wiped out half of the forces, and the rest of the forces he went about fighting with his taijutsu, and he used a few other ninjutsu moves. He used his Mangekyo Sharingan. Yes, he has a Mangekyo Sharingan. He uses Mangekyo Sharingan to put 25% of the remaining shinobi in a genjutsu, where they couldn't escape and they were being stabbed multiple times. And then he basically went on, did this for the rest of the villages. And Naruto, you know what I'm saying, had a little bit of time with Mizuki. Mizuki decided to stay on Earth for a little bit, protect Saruto and the Earth from any invaders, or if Kubo tried to come through and try to take what was Naruto's, she would defend it. And basically how it works for the Otsutsuki's, how I'm gonna have it work, is to be reconsidered for the throne again, and to have another opportunity to fight Kubo. Basically they're gonna have like the new king be inaugurated in like a 3-year span. Like in 3 years they're gonna have the new king being inaugurated. So basically Naruto has to conquer another planet, and the planet he's given to conquer by Momoshiki is Mars. And let's just say Mars shinobi are about 2 times stronger than what's it called, than Earth shinobi. So that's Earth shinobi, like normal, like Hidden Leaf and Kakashi and them, normal shinobi, not Naruto's special trained shinobi. Basically, Naruto goes there. He uses God's wrath, and he kind of annihilates half of the population on Mars. And he meets one guy that's very powerful, and that's kind of the equivalent to the Sage of Six Paths, Hagoromo in on Mars. And he has very powerful wind style jutsu and fire style jutsu, and he's able to combine them to create kind of like inferno style jutsu a little bit. It's like fire style, but way harder because it's being amplified by the wind. And Naruto kind of had a tough battle against him. Not really though. He wasn't using his full power, but He was just trying to have a little fun. So basically, Naruto was able to finish that battle with a wind style dimension splitter, and he was able to conquer. He was able to conquer Mars and named it this. What should he name Mars? Let's say he just continued to call it the let's say instead of village now, instead of being Hokage, he considered Mars his turf. So basically, he had Mars and Earth become the kingdom hidden on the moon. No, let's say kingdom hidden behind the moon, and Mars was Naruto's turf, Earth is Naruto's turf, and now he has all the he has met the requirements to face against Kubo, and Kubo, he's been slacking off. He's been drinking. He's been partying a little bit because he's thinking Naruto can't get any stronger. He can't unlock any new abilities, and that Naruto is gonna stay complacent. So he hasn't been training very much, and basically Naruto was able to go there. The fight was set again, and this time Kubo could barely even land a hit on Naruto, and Naruto didn't even use his Rinne Sharingan, the true opponent for him to become king. Will be named in a second, and that's why I gave y'all time to name the Rinne Sharingan ability. You're gonna have to the next episode to tell me. If y'all don't, then I'm gonna just come up with some BS on my own. Can't guarantee it's gonna be what y'all like though. So basically, Kubo is having a hard time landing a strike on Naruto, but Naruto is finding no hard time landing a strike on Kubo, and Kubo is being overwhelmed with Kenjutsu, Taijutsu, and lightning style jutsu. Naruto doesn't even use fire style or wind style jutsu. And to finish it off, Naruto Kubo could have killed Naruto, but he didn't, and Naruto decided to repay that kindness. He basically stabbed Kubo through one of his vital organs, but he didn't do enough to kill him, only enough to incapacitate him. And with this, Naruto was made to be the heir to the Otsutsuki kingdom, and basically before he can be king, 2 years later, a year before the inauguration, before he can be king, the final test is to defeat and show your greatness over the previous kind of king of the Otsutsuki. So the final battle will be against his own father, Momoshiki. And this is where we're gonna end it off, man. If you guys enjoyed, if you like the return, man, don't forget to leave a like, you know what I'm saying, comment, subscribe, man, you know what I'm saying, all that good stuff, man, you know what I'm saying, bro. Hope you guys enjoy it, man. Y'all see me right there, just dropped 59 points, you know what I'm saying. Shout out again to the Kotsky, man, Hell